Hey Virgos, this is your reading and channeled messages for mid-October 2020. So this could resonate for Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus signs. So I'm going to start your reading by giving you your channeled messages first, Virgo, and I got these messages clairaudiently while I was tapping into your energy. So, Virgo, the first thing I heard was leading the pack in sales. So, that sounds really great for some of you Virgos out there, especially who work in sales. It sounds like you're doing really well in business this month. Then, the next thing I heard was grinding to a halt from previous speeds in spending. So, that one could be taken a few different ways. And, Virgo, just take that how it resonates for you. So this sounds like to me that it could, since the first message we got was leading the pack in sales, that it could have to do with your business in general. So if you work in some kind of industry where you are monitoring sales and therefore also monitoring people's spending, there could be a decrease in consumer spending. But this also could be, Virgo, that it's just talking about your personal financial life. And so perhaps, Virgo, you've made some kind of change with your previous spending habits. And then the next thing I heard was relinquishing control to a spouse and giving up custody. So that's a very specific message for some Virgo out there. It won't resonate for everyone, but if you are in some kind of custody battle or this is something you've been worrying about, Virgo, what I hear for you is that the spouse is going to give up custody. Then I heard that some Virgos are training for a triathlon. And then finally, I heard, Virgo, that you're finding peace in the everyday functions of life. And to me, that sounded like someone who's getting comfortable to their new way of life or new way of being and just finding comfort and peace in those little things that you do every day for yourself. So perhaps, Virgo, some of you have really been working on some kind of routine in your household, and that seems to be working out for you. So, Virgo, now I'm going to go ahead and get some cards and see what your energy is that's going to be surrounding you for this last part of October 2020. And I'm just going to shuffle a few more times, Virgo, and see what else comes out for you. Okay, so we had contemplation that came out in the reverse, and here's a closer look at the card. And it says reflections, rumination, and musings. And you can see here there's a woman looking at a tiger, and the tiger is looking at her. So it did come out reversed, so possibly this is a past energy for you, Virgo. And then we also got Celebrate Mystery, which also came out in reverse. And it says Trust the Journey, Unexpected, and Secrets. And then in the upright, we got Unravel, Puzzle, Conundrum, and Solution. So right away, with this number 27, the Unravel card, this really has a Halloween vibe to me. Also being a 27, though, it could really be symbolizing October 27th, but certainly approaching a Halloween. So with contemplation here in the reverse, perhaps this could be a time that you've passed a time where you've been in contemplation or reflection. And this card also symbolizes, it could be like two energies or two people that are reflecting on each other, and they are thinking about what the other person is thinking. And it says that they are very intertwined, but there are still some unknown things there about the relationship. It's kind of like the two people aren't quite in the same realm, which makes sense because this card, you can see there's one person and there is one animal. So then with the number 12, Celebrate Mystery here, It seems like Virgo, maybe for some reason you aren't quite trusting your journey or your path that you're on. You may be seeing the journey or path as more kind of scary right now. And maybe that has something to do with the Halloween season, or it could be something else. Because in the upright of this card, you can see that this person is very trusting in their abilities and trusting in spirit. And there are all these energies or animals around that are different. You don't see them every day. And so, with that being in the reverse, perhaps some of these newer energies or kind of unique energies could be making you feel a little uncomfortable at times, is what I'm getting. So, then with Unravel being in the upright here, it seems that some of your preconceived notions about how things are for you or about your spirituality are kind of unraveling and in a way maybe breaking down at this time. So it could feel a little confusing at times. There just seems to be like some missing pieces for you in this story, Virgo. And so it seems like in the end of this month, in October, you are going to unravel that puzzle and unravel some of the mysteries on your spiritual path, which is going to open new energy for you to be able to celebrate the mystery instead of just having like plain mystery. I think the mystery of your life or your journey is going to really become highlighted, but highlighted in a more fun way or a more exciting way that is more easy for you to engage in. So then I left these two cards down here because I thought perhaps it could be a different situation, just the way they came out. But we have a number 40 here, which is Sanctuary, and it was upright. And it says Retreat, Haven, Refuge, and Oasis. And then a number 43, which is Unity, and it says Connectedness, Harmony, and Equilibrium. So this is very, kind of the flip side of this initial energy for you, Virgo. So while you aren't really in a place of contemplation, or perhaps you had been in a place of contemplation for a long time and you're just kind of like over that. Like, I don't want to contemplate these mystical things right now anymore. And so instead of contemplation, it seems like you're shifting to sanctuary. So this could be a new spiritual practice that you are using in your daily life. Like your channeled message said, that you are finding peace in the everyday functions of your life. So that certainly speaks to some kind of sanctuary to me. So perhaps you're doing something new or just really engaging in some spiritual practice that gives you the space and time just to like quiet your mind. So a lot of people right now are receiving downloads and light codes like left and right, and it can be very overwhelming and exhausting. So it can be important for some people who are on the spiritual journey to also find practices that not only open them up and expand them to higher consciousness, but also practices that help you stay grounded and help you have your own personal and private space. So just because you are a multi-dimensional being, Virgo, doesn't mean that, you have to have uninvited energies per se in your space at all times and that you can't find a place to be alone. So for others of you who are not really resonating so much with this as a spiritual reading, it could just be that, Virgo, you're finally finding a place of sanctuary in this like new normal of your life. And maybe you've gotten your house in order or something like that, or gotten your personal space or your sacred space in order where you have a place to go and just be yourself and not really have to deal with anyone else. So then with the number 43 here of Unity, with connectedness, harmony, and equilibrium, it just seems that, Virgo, in the end of this month, there is some kind of repair that's going on to your equilibrium or to your mental space. That if you felt like your spiritual life and kind of like your regular life or your work life or something like that has been very disconnected or very separate, or perhaps you felt like there's things about you that you have to keep separate from your family, or whatever the case is. It looks like there's some integration coming in for you in the end of October, Virgo, where you don't have to like switch off one part of your personality and switch on another. You're finding a way to live in harmony with all of this as one unified individual within yourself. So I also see this, Virgo, as an opportunity to meet some new people somehow in the end of October. So if you've been feeling kind of disconnected, which is kind of interesting too, because when you look at all the cards together, they're like very individual. You know, there's only one person highlighted this whole time until when we finally get to unity and there are two people highlighted, or two birds in this instance. So I think that, Virgo, if you have been feeling kind of cooped up in the house and not been going out and doing all the stuff that you used to love, there's something new. I don't think it's going to be like the same as it was before, but there's something new, a new opportunity coming in for you to connect with other people and really to be your true and authentic self with those people. So that's really exciting news for the end of October for you. So Virgo, this is what I have for you. I hope that it resonated, and thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.